Hi, I'm going to teach you how to set up classes for Smart Response clicker use. I'm going to go slow and I'm going to encourage you to pause and actually do a class with me while you watch the video. I think that's going to be the easiest way for you to be able to make sure that you can do it. And then if you need to, repeat the process with the video again and set up another class. And I think that's going to work out really well for people. All right, so here we go. Step 1, I need you to log into Ties. So if you're not logged into Ties, press pause for a minute and get yourself logged into Ties. All right, now I need you to go to the Reports menu at the top and choose a blank roster for one of your classes. Unselect grade at the bottom, but include student ID. And then you want to get rid of the medical alerts if it's on there. And then I need you to choose Save Roster as comma delineated file. If you're not sure what to do at this point, press pause, choose that button, and wait, because I'm going to show you on this next screen what that's going to look like. All right, must be ready. Here we go. This is what it looks like. You've chosen that Save Roster as comma delineated file. This pops up, and I was doing this one for someone else, and it says, what should Firefox do with this file? And it says, open with Microsoft Office Excel default. That is what you want, and you're going to press OK. So what I want you to do right now is do this. Get a class up. Get that Save with Microsoft Excel. And let's go to the next step together. If you need to, press pause, and I'm going to go on. All right. Now this is what it looks like on the next screen. Now I highlighted students of and last name, first name, and ID and grade because we don't want any of that. So we're going to highlight it on the spreadsheet and press delete. Highlight on the spreadsheet and press delete. And if for some reason you got the grade, it doesn't matter. Just highlight all those 8s, 9s, 10s, whatever, and just press delete. And all you have left now are your last names of the students that you picked, the first names of the students you picked, and their IDs. And we're all set. We're almost halfway done, and we're going to get this going. All right, are you ready? If you need to do that, go through and do that. Press pause and then come back to the video. All right, here we go. Now we need to change the size of each column in the spreadsheet. To do this, you place your cursor between A and B, and it looks like something like this. At that point, you can stretch column A out. Then go between B and C. Stretch the column out. Then go between C and D. Stretch the column out. Do this on your spreadsheet, so press pause and do this on your spreadsheet. Now, in column A, I need you to write student ID, just like it shows up here. First name in column B. Last name in column C, just like it shows here. Again, press pause and do that. And now we're ready to move the items around because ours has the last names first, the first names in the middle, and the student IDs last. So let's start by clicking on the first student ID and highlighting all of those IDs with our mouse. If you did it correctly, the first one's white and all the other ones are kind of bluish or darkened in. Press Control X to cut them out of that column because we don't want them there. And then go over to column D, go up to the top, just click there with your mouse and press Control V to paste them there. We can't move them to column A yet because we already have information there. So do that now. And now at this point, you've got the last name still in column A, the first name still in column B, and now nothing's in column C because you moved over your IDs to column D. All right, now you're going to select all the last names in the same way by clicking through the column. You're going to cut and paste, doing that Control X where they are, going to right below last name, clicking in that first box, doing Control V, and all the last names have moved. Now we're going to reselect those student IDs that we put in column D by clicking at the top, dragging down, doing Control X, going to where we want those, Control V, and they will all paste in. And then the first names we just need to slide up, so we're going to highlight all the first names and then slide up to where we want them to start and Control X, Control V. Your spreadsheet should look like mine here now. why don't you press pause and get your spreadsheet looking like this. And when you're ready, I'm going to go on. All right, so now the last thing we're going to do is select Save As from the File menu. This should be what pops up down at the bottom. You choose a place in your home folder to save it. I have a folder titled Smart Response, and that's where I save them. And then you change the type of file to Microsoft Excel 5.0 95 Workbook and title the class something like Hour 1 Walensky, Math Class, Science Class, whatever it is that you want to title it, and press Save. Why don't you pause the video and do that now. And then you just repeat that process for all your classes. So now you have all your classes saved onto spreadsheets. And now you're ready to upload to Smart Response. So at this point, I need you to open up a Smart Notebook file. You might want to press pause because it takes a little bit of time and we all know that. Okay, you're on Smart, so at the tab titled Response, I want you to choose Open Teacher Tools. The Smart's going to walk you through the process of using it with some questions. Just answer each one. I'm going to show you that on the next screen if you want to wait a second. So it looks like this. I put in my title, my first name, my last name, my school, and my district, and then your classroom name. My whole last name didn't fit. Maybe yours does. It holds up to 8 letters. It doesn't have to be 8, but it holds up to 8. And then you click Done. Why don't you press pause and do this now? All right. Now that you've done that, you want to add a class because it says next steps, add a class, add students, but you want to add a class, so you choose that first. Well, now this screen pops up that's to the right, and you're going to title it with a class name like First Hour Intermediate Algebra, a period, maybe just Intermediate Algebra class name, period first, location, maybe a room if you want to, but you don't have to, and a passing grade, whatever you want, and then you press Add. Why don't you do that now? All right, and now you should be here. And the next steps, you need to add students to your class. So you're going to select that class and choose the tab titled Students. And you're going to pick Add Students to your class. And now this screen pops up, and it says Important Students Into. Now I have 3 different classes, but yours is just going to list the one because that's the only one you've got so far. So you're going to click on that class. It's going to get dark and filled in, and you're going to hit the Next button at the bottom of the screen. And now at this point, you need to choose Microsoft Excel, and then click the Next button. You need to find your class where you saved it, and select it, and choose Open. And then Smart looks like this at this point. It says Importing, and then see it says Status, Student ID, Last Name, First Name, Average. And all of a sudden, it's going to be done, and all of this is all ready for you, and you've done it. You do it one time in the year, that's it. Now, if you get new students in your class, you kind of have to repeat the process, but you can just go back to your Microsoft Excel and just add the new student in, and then re-upload. All your other students will be saved, all their scores will be saved, and it just adds the new student. All right, I hope this helps you, and good luck. Bye-bye.